keep on getting into the camera. I will constantly talk about Solo. Solo. I love Solo as a movie, but I mean, it's literally because of this version of the character. Be like, Jeremy, what are you doing liking that Disney trash? Well, guess what? You can Disney trash out of here. I don't want to speak to you. Get off your knees to the Emperor, you bloody loser.
Alright, I need you back to the studio 5 minutes ago. It's ridiculous. I need you in that seat now.
Alright then. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Bloore on Mandalore. I am your host, Jeremy Bloore. Guys, thank you so much for the love of all of the vintage collection figurine videos that I've been doing lately. Look, I'm not gonna lie, it's been surprise drops. I've kind of just randomly gone, I'll film a video here, I'll film a video there. But I'm glad you're liking it. I've been seeing so many people, especially you Star Wars Nerd 00, commenting, liking, sending me all this kind of stuff. So I appreciate you. Just to start off the podcast with a little bit of a positive note, because God knows we have got our top 10 Star Wars characters. Now that includes live action, cartoon, or animated, however you want to call it, right? And then you've got the TV shows, the movies, any bit of Star Wars content, canon and non-canon, all right? We have got the top 10 characters. So, if you're thinking, Jeremy, what in the hell could be your number one? I'm going to ask you this. Look around the damn set. Look around the damn set and tell me, what do you think it's going to be? But you know what it's going to be. I won't say it because even though it's obvious. However, I'll explain it when I get there. I'll explain exactly why, because it means a lot to me. But let's start off with the bottom. Now, I have scoured all forms of content, and I have written it down here on my... Got a little bit of a flash there for you. I'm flashing the camera already, and I'm only, 14 episodes in. I have got a comprehensive list here of all of my characters in their positions, but I've got a little bit of a thing going towards the end as a fan segment. So stick around towards the end. I put out on my Instagram, okay, I usually do that towards the start of the week, like a Monday, Tuesday, Aussie time. But this time it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday. It just depends. Put your notifications on for my Instagram. You'll see I post on my story, fan segment time, where I'll ask questions to you guys behind the camera, down there in the comments section. I'll ask you and I'll be like, guys, what do you think of this? Add something in and I'll answer it live on the podcast. Now, what I did this week was a little different. I said, chuck in your favorite character and tell me why it should be on the list. Convince me. So, this could change. Now, I haven't screened any of those answers or responses to my questions. So, it will get quite fun towards the end. So stick around. But let's start off with the honorable number 10, okay, people? We're not going to go the special mentions first. We are going to go the honorable number 10. We've got our boy Chewbacca. Chewbacca, the Wookiee from Warshire. No, he's not from Warshire. But I love Wookiees. I mean, you're probably going to see this trend throughout the podcast itself. If you look back at all my old episodes, I've always been Team Wookiee. Not only are they the biggest, tallest, cuddliest guys ever, Chewbacca is just the nicest dude out there. He was best friends with Yoda beforehand. Him, Yoda, and Tarful were all chilling there, and Yoda's like, good relations with the Wookiees I have. But the thing is, for everything that Chewie has gone through, it has built a steadfast character that, besides the whole cuddly, I want to absolutely melt into that character kind of viewpoint, which, I mean, I completely get. I see all these videos at Disneyland and people are just like, Chewie! And he's just like, Rah! And he's like giving him I love it. But this guy's like, I mean, Wookiees can live to 400 years old. So when we see him, he's made a bond with Han Solo. The very first time we see him in the original trilogy, we go, oh my God, these guys are best friends. They're probably going to live the whole time together. No, we learn later on, physical time-wise, that Wookiees live up to 400 years. Pretty crazy to think that Chewie is like 200 and something in A New Hope. And he's connected with Han so much that the tragedy that he must feel throughout the lifespan, like throughout his lifespan, is just immense. You know, even in the sequel trilogy, which don't even get me started, okay? I did a tier list before. It's not as bad as what everyone thinks, okay? It's not as bad as everyone thinks. So if you're going to come on here and be like, Jeremy, what are you doing liking that Disney trash? Well, guess what? You can Disney trash out of here. I don't want to speak to you. Look, no, honestly, this is probably not the right channel for you. If you do hate on the sequels a lot, that you kind of just want to buy into that whole thing, yeah, go for it. Star Wars Theory is great for that, okay? He hates Disney. He hates everything Disney. He's doing really cool stuff when it comes to lightsabers, but God, that guy can be insufferable to listen to. God, it's hate. And a lot of his fan base is the exact same. So we are going to slightly differ from that course here. But there was a scene with Chewbacca when Han got stabbed right through the stomach by his son, Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo. That's a cool name, by the way. And Chewie immediately turns to him and he's like, boom, boom, boom. Like, brother, this is your best friend's son. He doesn't care. He's like, no. You chose violence towards my boy. I'm going to rain down all Kashyyyk and hell on you. I love it. I love his loyalty. I love who he is as a character. Top 10 is a great position. Just because he's number 10 doesn't mean that I don't like him. Oh my God, I love this guy. I love Chewbacca. I want to get even more of him. I loved him in Solo. I love that they kind of made him that big beast. And then we just go, he's just a lovable Wookiee. Like, come on. He wouldn't even leave any of his other Wookiee mates in that mine. Come on. On Kessel, by the way, before, if anyone goes, what mine is that? Not the mines of Mandalore. No, you're Bloore on Mandalore. You only talk about... No. Listen up straight, fellas. Anyways, we go to number 9. Commander Thrawn. Now, for any of you who don't know Commander Thrawn, let me talk to you about a clip, okay, that you have guaranteed seen all over. This book, I swear to God, I have to put it down. You have seen this clip all over your internet for years and years and years. Now, this guy sedimented in my mind why I love Coruscant Guard the most. Everybody has their clone faction, sure. I love the Coruscant Guard. Not Fox. That guy can just get out of here, all right? Get off your knees to the Emperor, you bloody loser. But Commander Thrawn is the guy that sits there. Well, he doesn't sit there, but he stands there with his bloody chainmail gun. for the Republic, brr, and all of these droids are circling him around him, and he's just like, brr, da, da, brr, ya, ya. Oh my god, I love him so much. Now, I did put on a side note, equal canon and legends. I love Captain Fordo. He is the red character in the 2D animation. Gendy Tartarovsky's. Love, 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 love. But Commander Thrawn is the GOAT. I am, hopefully, one day going to custom make my own 3D helmet of Thrawn. Oh my god, do I love him so much. Just the coolest dude ever. He's basically the reason why Padme was still able to go home to Anakin at night. These clones devoted their lives, devoted everything to the Republic, to the cause. And God, does it shine through like a burning white stallion on the hills of the Shire. Ugh. Now, a very specific one on this next one. We have got number 8. Oh my god, I can't count. I literally have it in front of me. We have number 8, Han Solo, baby. But specifically Han Solo from Corellia. Now, I mean, you've probably seen the multiple reels that I've made about it. All of the things that I will constantly talk about Solo. Solo. I love Solo as a movie. But, I mean, it's literally because of this version of the character, I'm completely obsessed. It actually blew my mind. Because I never really liked Solo. He was never really my guy. Everybody loves Luke. Everybody loves Obi-Wan. You know, you want to see these characters grow. And yeah, Han's the scruffy guy, but you like his friend Chewie more, you know. I mean, honestly, Chewie was the captain of the ship. Han was just kind of the talker. But Han Solo on Corellia. We learn so much about his troubled life, and he becomes the reason we see this ruggedly handsome scavenger later on in the original trilogy. Just the depth of character that was added to him. Alden Ehrenreich, if that's how you say it properly. He's German, so I'm going to put like a really crappy German accent on the back of it. But he added so much depth to this character where we get to see him as a loner. He's the portrayal of the everyday jock. You know, you look at the classic American high school and you go, oh my god, it's the pretty lady, the prom queen and the prom queen and the prom king. It could be two queens, it's 2024. But you get the prom queen and the prom king. And you see Han, I keep on getting into the camera. You see Han as that jock, but you also see the background of what is very common for these cool characters. It's a very devastating, hard backstory. He was very similar to Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. That, peace, love, and hair grease. I got you, Nick. Peace out, brother. I'm just making coffee with my girlfriend. I hate suited people. And the next thing you know, he comes in and he's just like going on a villain path because someone took his girl. I mean, literally the exact same. So, I mean, it's probably not good to compare Han Solo to Barney Stinson, but, I mean, it's literally the same character. Han Solo and Barney Stinson's character arcs are pretty much the exact same. Anyways, move on. I gotta stop talking about Barney Stinson. We're watching Star Wars right now. But the depth of his character, the beauty, I love his outfit as well. I mean, my favorite outfit. That was the first one that I wanted to get in Battlefront 2. This is the later one. This is the one by EA that they completely ruined by pay to play. Don't even get me started. I was playing that last night though, and that's my favorite skin of Han ever. I'm a Han main. I love it. I love the blaster. I love being able to take down one of the main villains. And honestly, that bolstered up as well. Being able to play as Han all the time and seeing his skills, you know, it did bolster up my ranking, why he's actually in there, because he's not really the best written character. Anyway, beyond that, really, Han is just a really cool dude. He's a really cool dude, and to see him kind of go through that struggle and go, what's your last name? I don't know. All right, you're Han Solo. It's not like I'm riding solo. Even please don't copyright me. Please don't copyright me, YouTube. Let's jump on to the next one. Number 7 for real this time. Not like before. I'm a dyslexic as hell. Luke Skywalker. Now, you're probably thinking, Jeremy, what in the fuck sticks are you doing? Why is Luke Skywalker number 7? Well, because I think that there have been better written characters that have had a full arc. All right. Disney, yes, okay, all right, I'll give in. Disney ruined Luke Skywalker. Yes, they did. I'll give them that. That's my really big grievance when it comes to the sequels. Disney ruined Luke Skywalker, and because of that, it lowers my ranking. Now, my favorite portrayal of who Luke truly is from Battlefront 2. I mentioned it just before with Han Solo, but in Battlefront 2, we get to play as Luke in one of the missions. It's a small one where he's basically going out to one of the Emperor's caches of treasures and jewels and so on, and he's destroying it. I mean, doing what the rebellion does best. You take down the Empire. But in his path, we actually get to see him interact with an Imperial soldier. The Imperial soldier is saved by Luke, and he looks, and now I'm paraphrasing, but he looks at Luke and he goes, why the hell would you help me? He's like, well, Luke looks at him and goes, well, you needed help, didn't you? He's like, yeah, but you part of the rebellion. And he's like, well, I just helped you because you needed help. Take care. Now, is he not a walking, talking advertisement to join the rebellion? I mean, obviously, he actually turned that character and we got to play as him later in that campaign. Fantastic campaign, by the way. You should play it. But that character arc was just cuck-a-poo-poo. And that little bit was enough to switch it to kind of bring it back a little bit more. But Disney didn't do Luke justice. He's not the same as what he was in the original trilogy, and he suffers because of it. Look, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just going to say how it really is. Number 6, we have Boba Fett. The clone, the unaltered clone of Jango Fett, we thought only to be one. But now we found out that there are 2 with Omega when the Bad Batch was aired. Okay. Boba Fett, you're thinking, Jeremy, you cuckoo crazy banana sticks. The Book of Boba Fett was absolute cuck-a-poopy shloopy-doopy. Now, I do say it wasn't the best Star Wars content that has ever been created. No, it wasn't the best. But I really enjoyed it. I loved, actually loved the Tusken Raider episodes. I thought that was brilliant. I really do think that they did Tamura Morrison wrong, honestly. Not just Boba Fett. Boba Fett needed an arc. He needed to be like, maybe I'm not the bad guy. He needed to be like, maybe I've got to try this different path. Am I really this person? I mean, the Force has kind of told me, maybe you shouldn't do bounty hunting when he got whacked in the back by a bloody Jedi and sent into a Sarlacc pit. I mean, horrific experiences. But, I mean, you needed that. You needed that development. I do think it could have been done off screen. All we needed as flashbacks and all we needed as character building were those Tusken Raider scenes. And that honestly built my my love for this character so much. On top of that, oh my god, his updated armor is... Boba Fett looks so good. The first time I saw that figurine, I was walking past it in the store and I was like, boing, oing, oing, boing, oing, oing. Holy guacamole, give me some more of that cannoli. I don't think that rhymes. But, I love a black and a green. I don't know why it works so well, but it's a very similar green to Master Chief, and anyone in that green, that dark forest green, I really do love. And I mean, his character building in the Book of Boba Fett was a little bit dog shit towards the end, but at the start, it was rich it was just rich with development and beauty. And that lore for the Tusken Raiders, incredible. You were watching a Western. We're taking down a steam train like a locomotive. They're slinging spice down through the sands of Tatooine. Yeehaw! We got to see Cowboy Boba Fett, but he was in a bloody dressing gown. Sick. So cool. Don't tell me otherwise. Anyways, I'll move on from Boba Fett, but I love where it's going. I really hope they do a Boba Fett season 2, but make it gory. Even he said at the end, I don't think this... I'll do it in the accent. I don't think this life is for me. Finnick, let's get out of here. Mos Espa safe. Word up. He didn't say the end part, but I thought that was pretty cool. So, on to number 5. Guys, we are halfway through, and halfway through we will be with Black Chrysanthemum. Now, live action wise, we saw him for the very first time in the Book of Boba Fett. But when I saw him in there, I was obsessed. You could not get me away from him. He is the coolest character design ever. Again, you know I'm a sucker for a Wookiee, okay? But this guy is a gladiatorial cyborg warrior Wookiee. Oh, my God, he's the coolest guy ever. Bruh, I don't know why I keep on looking down like a brother. Ooh. But he's the coolest guy ever. And I went through all of the comics in the back and I was like, I was obsessing. I was actually obsessing. Like, he is such a cool character. I love that they put him into there. I love that we're going to see a little more of him, hopefully. I wanted to see him fight Obi-Wan like he did in the comics. But beyond that, let's give our honorable mention. We only have one honorable mention. Okay, it's Reva from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Nah. I didn't like that character too much. Honorable mention is any gonk droid that goes there in live action and animation. Oh my God, do we have the best droid ever? Gonk droids are the key to survival in Star Wars. When I saw that Gonky survived in Bad Batch, I probably welled up a little bit too much, seeing as though it's a droid that walks around and goes, gonk, 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 gonk. But I love the little droids. They've got so much character. They're so cute. They're just little dudes rolling around with these stubby legs that look like they've got, insulation on their legs. It's just kind of cool. I love them. And the fact that they're just a power droid, I didn't actually know. I genuinely didn't know until a couple of years ago. I just went the whole time being like, oh, that's literally just a block droid. Like, it's just the most inefficient droid possible. But it's a power droid. I guess I just might have not listened too well when the movies were playing. But that is our only honorable mention because it spans across so many movies and so many TV shows. Any gonk droid is a good. Oh my God, I'm losing my words. Any gonk droid is a good gonk droid, people. Send some love out there. When I start doing memberships, $1 a year or whatever it is, so you can get exclusive content, yeah, I want to make the highest tier a gonk droid. Mark my words on that one. Someone, clip that, chat. Clip that. Number 4. Obi-Wan Kenobi. What a name. What a name. I love Obi-Wan. The strongest Jedi that has ever been created. When you have a problem, Obi-Wan Kenobi will fix it. Obi-Wan Kenobi is the Bob the Builder of Star Wars. Anytime you need it fixed, he's there, baby. Oh, by the way, there's a cyborg chilling on an outside planet, kind of continuing with a war. Obi-Wan, out there, buddy. We kind of have the chosen one. Obi-Wan, can you take that one for us? Any danger that we saw in the animated Clone Wars TV show, I'm losing my words. Any problem that they had in the animated TV show, we got to see our boy Obi-Wan and Anakin as well tackle all threats. They are the GOATs. Obi-Wan is the best, and I love his show, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, is the only show theoretically that made sense to be able to create. The Mandalorian, not so much. Anything else, it's like you want to see what the hell happened to that hermit beyond the Dune Sea. Now, we obviously got a lot from the comics, but live action wise, I really liked Kenobi. Yes, it should have been a movie. Now, Beyond the Dune Sea, an amazing channel. They did 2 awesome episodes as a retrospective to Obi-Wan Kenobi, the show. It was fan-bloody-tastic. They went into super detail about everything that happened, and they split up half the season into 2 different. Man, go watch it right now. Honestly, it is such a good breakdown. It'll convince you to love this. Connor's pure love for Kenobi is just infectious. It truly is. It actually made me look at it a little differently. I was already in love with it, but it did make me look at it and go, yeah. I love Kenobi. Anyways, look, through the bad character developments with all those other characters, you could see it shine through with Kenobi. Yes, he separated himself from the Force, but he wasn't isolated. Yoda goes, man, I'm going to Dagobah. Obi-Wan was still out there looking after Luke and making sure everything was going to be okay. He never truly left the Force, but you see him rising. And to finish off with my little Obi-Wan love, him lifting up the rocks and throwing the literal high ground to Vader when he's in that little pit. Machine gun of a rock. I love the Kenobi series. And the end when he had the bloody lightsaber over him and you get to see like the red and then it switches to blue and you go, oh. That was an accident, by the way. How cool is that? He said that, Ewan McGregor said that on an interview. He was like, yeah, it just completely by accident happened. And we were like, oh my God, we need to keep that in there. The best accident ever. So number 3. Oh my God, guys, this is getting serious. Darth Maul. Darth Maul is our number 3, people, and I'll tell you why. It's a tale as old as time itself. The tale of Sisyphus. Now, Sisyphus is, in Greek mythology, the man burdened by Zeus to constantly roll a boulder up a hill just to have it roll right back down, okay, and then have to start it again. Now, that is an oversimplification of everything that happened, but the general gist of it is he does so well and fails right at the end. Does so well, fails right at the end. It's the definition of Maul. He was the Padawan to one of, and honestly, the most powerful Sith Lord that has ever existed. Then he got chopped in half by Obi-Wan Kenobi. He later on returns. His brother finds him in a pit and he returns and he goes, I'm going to take over the whole crime syndicates to basically prove my love and my loyalty for the Emperor, and he's going to take me back. Failed again because the Emperor saw him more as a rival, not so an ally. Beautiful writing. And to finish off Maul, because honestly, you don't have to say too much about him. To finish off when it comes to Maul and that final scene with Kenobi in Rebels. And Kenobi switching the stances. Honestly, I mean, I loved watching Kenobi triumph in that because it's like, yeah, that's the reason why he's there taking care of Luke. Because he is the champion. He is the reason why we got to have the original trilogy. But my mind instantly went to, I feel so bad for Maul. I really, truly did. I was like, this guy desperately needed this. He needed to be able to take down Obi-Wan, the guy who ruined his whole life. Ruined everything about this man. Now, Maul's done bad things in the past, but beyond that, he's a good guy. He honestly really is a good guy. He wants to do the right thing. And it hurt me to see him at the end and to watch him fall like that. But I love to see how he was on the same page with Obi-Wan, being like, I know why you're here. He must be the chosen one. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. So let's move on to the next one. We've got our number 2. I can throw this away. All right, we are back. We have got our number 2. Oh my God, guys. This guy needs no introduction. It is Darth Vader. Oh my God. See, Darth Vader is everyone's top 3 character. Genuinely. I mean, he is the best written villain that you will ever see. It's just, seriously, out of any movie, of any kind of franchise, no matter what, there is no better villain than Darth Vader. He is and has been my obsession since I was a kid. The very first time that I saw Star Wars, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Who is this guy? Ugh. So cool. Like, I honestly, I mean, I always thought that I would be a part of the dark side if I ever had the Force. I never really wanted to be a Jedi. I wanted to be that evil Lord Vader who commanded the fear just purely by his presence in the room. Honestly, struggled to not put this guy as my number 1. I really genuinely did. Like, he is, honestly, the coolest character that we have ever seen. And I won't diffuse, well, I won't, oh my God, I lost my word for that. I won't argue that. How did I lose all my words for this? Anyways, I'm not going to argue. I know that Vader is the coolest character out there. And most of the time for people, he will be number 1. But this number 1, he's close to my heart. Let's introduce him. It is the Mandalorian. And now I know you're thinking, you're like, Jeremy, what in the coconuts is going on here with you, brother? You've got some serious juju problems if you're going to put the Mandalorian over any one of those characters that are there. Now, I'm going to put the Mandalorian in the first spot because he's closer to my heart as a Star Wars fan. I left Star Wars for a while. Oh my God, I feel like I'm talking about a breakup. Star Wars and I just weren't on the best speaking terms for a while. Look, I just couldn't get along with the hatred of all of these fans. Like, I watched all of the sequel movies in the cinemas. I was in school, I was sitting back going, oh my God, this is insane. And I look at it now and I'm like, I still see that love. And throughout the whole cinema, everyone's like, oh my God, that's insane. Especially in The Rise of Skywalker. People were out, like, people were looking at each other and go, oh my God, I meant to hate this, but this is so cool. And then the moment I walk out, it's like you take one step out of the doors. Everyone goes, man, that was shit. Man, I hated that. Why can't we just get better Star Wars? I don't know why they all have American accents. But I just hated it. And honestly, I left it. I was like, you know what? I'll be a fan. I'll watch the movies when they come out, but that's it for me. And I have one of my best mates. His name's Jack Muston. Okay. He is one of the coolest guys ever to grace this earth. He is the coolest dude ever. And basically, he told me, he goes, Jeremy, you need to watch this guy. And I was like, nah. I'll leave it be. And he's like, dude. Now he knows me. He's like, dude, this is your jam. Now, I was house sitting at the time with an ex-partner, and we were like, oh God, I don't know what to do. And she's like, I've got a lot of uni work to do. I'm going to do that. What are you going to do? And I kind of bludged uni. So I was like, well, I guess I'll try this show that Jack was telling me. All right. I take every recommendation that he has and I bloody put it in my top 1. And then the opening line. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. Oh, I fainted. Oh my God. Instantly. That was the Boba Fett that everybody thought he was going to be. That was the badass that we needed to see on the light side as a Vader. He's the kind of guy that goes, you have something that I want. Now, obviously, Moff Gideon said that. But he's the guy who basically does what he fucking says he's going to do. If he talks shit, he's following it back up, baby. Like, not only do we have some of the coolest weapons, and we have fantastic lore. You know I'm a lore sucker. If you've been watching this channel, you know I'm a sucker for lore. Coolest lore ever. Made me just deep dive into everything Mandalorian. I was obsessed with his character design, his helmet. Like, I love chrome. And the fact that he's just some chrome dude. So cool. And he's just a regular guy. I mean, if you've seen any of my other episodes, you know that any character that's a regular dude that steps up and does what needs to be done, I'm the biggest fan of. And this guy is the epitome of, I am a regular person. Let me stand up. Let me do this. Guys, that was a bloody top 10. Oh my God. That went for a lot longer than what I expected. But for any of you that have been watching, you know what's going on. We are doing the fan segment. Now, I'm pulling out my phone to go get all of the responses that people put in here. Now, to remind you, what I did was I said I'm going to put in my top 10 all of my characters, and then you can tell me your character, and maybe I'll think about putting it over and just like changing it up, depending on if you're convincing. Now, our first one is from my beautiful girlfriend, Tia Galanos. I just did a video with her on the vintage collection. She said, put Jar Jar Binks in there. Mate, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. We love Jar Jar Binks here. Ahmed Best, you are the king. Ahmed Best, you're the best. Really, you are. Tia, you're joking, mate. You're joking. And just because you're really beautiful and you make me very warm and fuzzy inside with butterflies in my tummy, doesn't mean that I'm going to listen to you there. But you're pretty cute. Next thing we have from the Ray side. Now, I'm a huge fan of this content creator. I love her content. And if she's watching this right now, thank you for being so responsive with everything. Like, I've texted her about a bunch of stuff. She did a really, really cool event in Australia. Basically just kitted out a Hoyts on George Street and was like, guys, let's all on May the 4th watch all of the Star Wars movies. Booyakasha. I love that. I love how intuitive she is, how incredible she is with her fans. If you want to watch someone who actually cares about everything that you're doing, watch the Ray side. Seriously, there's no other words. But she says Mars Guo. Now, I mean, you stumped me on this one. I actually had to, I'm not going to lie, I had to search this one up. I got flagged. This is one of the first ones. So I actually got to see this one. Seriously. You are one of the best prequel knowledgeous lore studiers that I have ever seen. How the hell did you know this? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Mars Guo. Fucking no. But like, clap to you. Insane. I was like, who the fuck is that? I gotta stop swearing. I'm probably gonna get taken down off YouTube. On to the next one. We have Nick Rusty. Now, I went to uni with this guy. I love you, Nick. I have been seeing all of the stuff you've been sending me. Love you. And he says Mando. Instantly, I'm going to put that up there number one, especially just because of you, bro. Text me. Let's hang out sometime soon. Next one, Star Wars Nerd 00. Honestly, like, bloody hell, he's championing this whole thing. He shares all my stuff. He comments on everything. I love you, bro. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for interacting with my channel as much as you do. Now, he's actually started a new podcast called Tales from Peridia. Now, this is seriously a knowledgeable dude, but he has taken a leaf out of my book and he's just done exactly what he wants to do. So if you want to see a passionate Star Wars fan, you gotta go look at him. Star Wars Nerd 00. He's also got that side podcast channel, Tales of Peridia. Check it out. Check it out. He says, Anakin Skywalker. His story alone is why you should add this. Now, I really wanted to add Anakin. I really did. But for me, Vader is my favorite because he is partly Anakin. You know? Without that, he wouldn't be up there. So, you know what? I'm going to partner that in. There is a reason why it is up there. And honestly, there's multiple reasons, but that's definitely one of them. Like, the fact that he turned from someone who had so much potential into just this tragedy of a human. Like, I love the story. I love your comment. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm gonna put him in with Vader there. All right, Tass, dude, thank you. I hope you're doing well in Greece right now, bro. Living the life out there. I'm jealous. I'm gonna come and see you with Tia sometime soon. Seriously, we want to go travel over there. She's already got Greece flu. She needs to be back there ASAP. He says, Yoda, guy mode must be. I added that last little, but. Yoda. I don't know why I didn't want to put him up there. I think for me, I never resonated with him too well. I didn't like how much he was like, nah, Anakin, you can bugger off. So he was never really in my top 10, but I can respect. Guys, I just talked about him before. Tales from Peridia. I mean, this is Star Wars Nerd 00 as well, so give him another follow. Qui-Gon Jinn. Found Anakin, believed in him, believed he was the chosen one. Must I say more? No, you don't have to say any more. I back it completely. I just don't think he's as important as a character. I've never been like the biggest Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh my God, he's the great Jedi. Yeah! Like, I've never really been too into him. He's always a cool dude, but he's just never really been my guy, you know. Guys, I think that's gonna call it there. Like, that was such a good show. Tell me down below what you think. Tell me, where would you rank it? Where did I go wrong? Where would you change my list if I had the exact same characters, right? And you could only keep that, you couldn't add any different. Where would you rank the characters that I have put out there? But guys, from everyone back here, which is just me, and my editor, which is me, thank you so much. I love you all. You have been the best, constantly the best. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Check out my other videos, Star Wars The Vintage Collection. It has been so much fun. Thank you. Bye.